Hello YouTube, this is Morgan Airspeed Prime here with my next Avatar news update video. So we've just had one thing to talk about, and that is that we have a little bit more information on the Earth Avatar series. This time, I wouldn't call it a leak, it's just that the leaks have allowed us to find older public information using the show's code name to actually find out more information about the show. So the most of it is this. It's that originally came from Caleb Williams, Night Edge Media, who found this. The Earth Avatar series following the twins Pavi and Nisha will run for 26 episodes, and the episodes will be 22 minutes long each. So we'll go straight away to the source of this. It comes from this Facebook group called Alliance for Inclusion in the Arts. And you can see here it is a post from May 8th, 2023. So it's from quite a while ago. The timing does match up with some of the documentation from the other leaks that we have had. And then the big thing you will probably note as we go through this is that the casting information here matches, of course, the casting information from the leaks, but also some of the stuff like, say, the show's code name being Aurora matches stuff that's on like the storyboards. And just in general, like this all lines up with the other information, because we also have this log line, which is basically a vague premise of the series, which we'll talk about as well, and that matches up with roughly the premise that we have from the more text leaks from the actual like inside source. So everything seems to be linking up, coming together. We of course still don't have any official information, but it's interesting how it's going. But yeah. So straight away we have the idea that this is for, you know, the characters Priya and also Nikki, who are the code names for, of course, Pavi and Nisha. South Asian female characters, one of them has a limb difference, of course, that being Pavi. And yeah, that's just this kind of submitting information, of course, here. But yeah, Aurora, that's the code name that we have. The log line, this is interesting. In this epic animated adventure series, two young sisters are gifted with fantastical abilities to save the planet from chaotic energy storms. They must unravel the mystery of where they came from. So, very interesting stuff there. So it's an epic animated adventure series. That makes sense. That is what Avatar basically is. Two young sisters are gifted with fantastical abilities. So that's obviously the bending and probably also whatever way the Avatar stuff works in this show with the twins, to save the planet from chaotic energy storms. So they're highlighting here that the main threat to the world, what I suppose makes it a wasteland, why the haven cities are required, is these storms of energy, sand, lightning, all that sort of stuff. This is what they need to fix. So they are trying to, I guess, avert the kind of crisis that happened in whatever way it is. And they have to unravel the mystery of where they came from. So there is a mystery about their past, which I think leans into some of the information about why were they split up in the first place. What is the situation surrounding, are they both the Avatar or not? How did that work, if that actually is the case? And then, of course, they were born because the previous Avatar, Korra, died. What happened during the final stages of her time as the Avatar to kind of cause some of this stuff to happen? Or what did Korra do to shape the world into this state when it was potentially even worse? So that definitely gets across the idea. Mysteries are key. You're meant to have a lot of questions about the sort of almost nature of the two sisters and them being the Avatar. That's interesting. We're looking for grounded, natural cinematic reads for this project. So obviously that, I guess, is mostly just that, hey, we're not trying to go for kind of goofy comedy type stuff. But yeah, Priya and Nikki, again, code names for Pavi and Nisha, seeking real kids or teens to play twins. 9-year-old South Asian female. So again, this is the stuff that we actually know this from the previous leaks. It's just that because they were quote unquote leaked documents, no one really felt comfortable posting them that heavily. Whereas this is just up on a Facebook page from years ago. Now we know what it actually is. We can talk about it more publicly. So twin heroines and mirrors of one another. Independent, kind, and resourceful Priya is a reluctant hero who avoids altercations or fighting, but still believes in helping people using her creativity and wits. She's a talented musician and loves to make up songs with her timbre. Priya became an amputee after an incident in her early childhood. So again, where did they come from? What happened in the childhood? There's that, and probably more going on in the series. So yeah, this is what we know of. I guess this is Pavi, and yeah, she is more Aang-like, I suppose, is sort of the general idea, but she'll be quite different. I don't think any of the other leaks, apart from the casting stuff, mentions the whole she's a musician. So that is something I don't think we've really seen much of yet, but that will be an interesting side to her to see. They describe her as quirky, cautious, empathetic, and grounded. Nikki, Nisha, is the snarky opposite to Priya. She loves her powers and the attention it affords her, but her biggest fear is to be forgotten or not accepted by others. She's awkward and puts on the face of super confidence to hide the fact that she feels like a fish out of water. Despite her cocky attitude, Nikki is also an innovator, and her wild side is useful at times. And again, they are meant to be mirrors of one another. Sharp, snarky, wild, mischievous. And yeah, the background is meant to be South Asian, so we're talking India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, and Sri Lanka. They are open to one actor playing both roles, but I guess it's not absolutely required. But if they get someone really good and they feel that that actor has the range to do both of these and make them distinct while also somewhat similar, I guess they will do that. So will be interesting to see what they eventually settle on with this. Will it just be one voice actor for the two kind of leads, I guess, or not? That will be interesting. Some other information, and then we get into this stuff, and this is kind of where the source of the original kind of news kind of came from. So of course the project type for this is its animation voiceover. The project client is Nickelodeon Animation Studios, and again, don't read too much into the fact that that doesn't say Avatar Studios, because, you know, it might as well say Paramount there, because it's Nickelodeon under Paramount, and then Avatar Studios is basically under or equivalent to Nickelodeon. It's the same stuff basically overall. And again, remember, the reason all the names are different, the reason they don't really mention Avatar at all here, is they're purposefully trying to keep information secret on franchise like IP stuff. So of course they're not going to say that it's for Avatar Studios, which hasn't released anything yet. This is the source of the news, of course. Project format, 26 episodes, 22 minutes each for all of them. There is some interesting stuff here. Executive producer Ethan Spalding, casting director is Lorena Gallego. That's kind of interesting. And again, this was from May 2023, so quite a while ago. But yeah, the news here otherwise is 26 episodes. What does that mean? It obviously doesn't break them down by how many seasons there are or what this specifically means. And I don't know what the go-to thing on these casting sheets usually is. But especially because it's Avatar Studios and it's a slightly different situation where, of course, there's a lot of confidence with, I guess, at least the initial project. And one thing, I suppose, compared to Avatar and Korra, is that they probably will know ahead of time how many seasons they want to do, and they'll get that many, basically. So maybe they've decided that it's 2 13-episode seasons, but because they're both immediately confirmed, they're just going to call it 26 episodes overall, as in, we are going to need these actors for that many episodes because they're the leads in the show. Does it mean this is the entire run of the show? I'm not sure. Because, for instance, what if they did like a time skip to jump ahead to them being 9 to like 16 or 18? You might need to switch voice actor and then do different casting for maybe the second half of the series. We just don't know what the full situation is. 22 minutes, obviously, that is the standard length for Avatar and Korra episodes. So it probably just means that the takeaway you probably have here is that they're not going to be doing very, altered runtimes because they're maybe only going to be on a streaming platform. This definitely opens the door to, you're probably going to see these episodes on Nickelodeon at some point, even if streaming will still be the main initial launch of the episodes. But yeah, 26 episodes, I'm assuming it's not going to be one season of 26 episodes. Even if they technically call it that way, we would still probably view it as being part 1 and part 2 broken down by 13 episodes, just because you don't see animated shows have 26 episode runs anymore, really, where it's just one season very clearly for 26 episodes. 13 is what Korra did by the end. Book 3 and 4 are both 13 episodes, and even the first 2 books of Korra, it's like 12 and 14. it's basically what they were doing in the first place. So at the very least, I would view that as being like it's 1 or 2 books, and who knows if there's anything more. Because again, remember one of the rumors that we got for a while ago, Avatar News' last rumor basically was that the Earth Avatar series might be one of the movies that is planned. That what if they did a 26 episode show and then wrapped it up with a movie or something like that? That could be quite interesting. Or a movie transitions between like larger arcs. Not sure what to really make of that overall. But still, it's cool stuff to finally begin to see kind of an idea about what we're doing. If like, at the very least, 26 episodes, we're going to have standard length episodes. We have an idea of the more kind of clearly about what the kind of plot maybe is going to be. And just some of this information is out there in a little bit more concrete form, because this one isn't exactly a leak overall. So fun stuff. Always like getting more information on this, especially now that this kind of links together a bunch of the other leaks. It's kind of difficult to ignore the fact that these are happening. There are still people who doubt them the whole way through, but I don't think you're ever going to be able to convince everyone. The reality of it is just sort of, it's how you take in and view leaks. Like, even me, I'm discussing them on the channel because it's relevant news and I believe them. I'm still not locking every single piece of information we get from the leaks in as absolutely confirmed. And if anything in the final product is changed, the leaks were wrong. That's not the way I'm viewing it. I'm just like, hey, the slight pinch of salt over all of this stuff, just because it's early and some of it is leaked. But I do believe 100% that we are getting an Earth Avatar show that involves twins and some sort of a catastrophe kind of wasteland situation happening. This is the reality of what it is, and I think it's very hard to deny that at this point. And everything seems to be lining up is the main takeaway. So that's the big thing here, is just to like overall view these as a little bit of a guide, an early kind of quick look, a glimpse into what the show is. They will probably be a lot more key official information to present it and to present what the new series is better when they finally start to eventually market this show. When that will be, I don't know. I'm assuming it will still be Project 2, so it will be coming out after the Aang movie, which is early 2026, January. But everything we know about Avatar Studios points to the fact that they want to have these projects kind of hit somewhat back to back. So there will be a gap, but I don't think it will be a giant gap. So I would still probably say 2026 for this. I think this will have to come in 2026 at some point. We just don't know what the overall Avatar Studios plan is because they haven't communicated yet, basically at all. Final thing I want to say is just that today, December 19th, is the 10-year anniversary of the ending of Legend of Korra. This is when the final Book 4 episode aired, The Last Stand. So, exciting day to be kind of positive about Korra. I have yet to see anything official posted, so I don't think there's going to be any news, but I don't think I really expected any, unfortunately. But a good day to be kind of positive about Korra as a series, because it's interesting the timing of this. We're beginning to get the information on the next series, and prior to this, Korra was that second series, and it had to go through its situation where everyone went through its information with a fine-tooth comb. Is it good enough? Should this be the second series? But I really liked Korra, and because of that, I feel the track record is good, and I'm excited for what this will actually end up being. So in the comments, let me know what your thoughts are on this information here. This one, not a leak, but the leaks have helped us to figure out some stuff here. So let me know what your thoughts are on this basic description for the series, with some of the Avatar information kind of taken out, and then what you think of this potential format, 26 episodes, or each being kind of 22 minutes. Do you think it's at all telling us what the full series kind of format is or not? Let me know. But yeah, that's been the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.